right. Coming into your basic stance. Let's spread out through our toes. Relax and release through your feet and your ankles. Bring a nice bend through knees. Keeping that bend through knees throughout. We're going to tuck our hips in neutral. So the easiest way to find neutral for you in any given day is to bring your tilt of your pelvis all the way outwards. Bring it all the way inwards. And somewhere in the middle where you can gently bring your tailbone towards the ground, but also whilst relaxing your legs. That's going to be neutral for you today. And then you're going to bring this lifting just gently through the rib cage and inch or two through rib cage. And then coming up towards your shoulders, bring the shoulders forwards and up. Bring them back and down. Bringing the shoulder blades together and sliding them down your back. We're going to take a deep breath in here, breathing, expanding through the belly. We didn't get a full opportunity there to have a little blather. Hopefully we can find a moment afterwards, and if not, we can chat on Patreon or on Facebook. If you're not a member of our Inner Circle group on Facebook, you could consider joining us there. Take that deep breath in, take it down, and allow that expansion through belly to nourish your whole body as that oxygen travels through every single cell, every single part of you, being nurtured and nourished with breath, warmth, and positivity. Coming up through full length of spine, bringing your chin back and upwards in alignment. Crown of the head to the sky, tailbone to the ground. Feel yourself held and supported by solid ground. Expanding in all directions and sinking deep down into relaxation. We can bring our hip out to one side in a gentle slide. Bending your knee as you come out to the side to keep this hip line nice and level. You could elevate your hands out to the side if you want to. Bring your elbows towards the back wall. Relax your shoulders. Bring that hip through center. Returning your weight to both feet and then sliding out towards the other side. Someone is joining us in the waiting area. I'm just going to admit them. Coming in through center. Sliding out towards the side. Coming in through center. And out to the side. Through center. And slide. Through center. And slide. Through center, slide, center, slide. And you want to try anchor through your upper half. So you're going to keep your upper half centered using the muscles of upper abs. So right in here. It's a small contraction of those muscles, but it is there. Very subtle. It's almost like an internal contraction. It's so subtle, but it is there, and it helps you keep your upper half still and steady. You're also going to utilize the muscles between your shoulder blades and use those also to keep you steady. You're going to use anterior and posterior deltoids. That's the front and the back of your shoulders. A smaller contraction through there, but again, ever present. You could bring your hands down by your sides if you like. You could frame that movement with your hips. And you're gently shifting your weight through one side to the other. Good, that looks lovely. And you can almost begin to take on a meditative state of relaxation. It feels gorgeous. Coming into your own inner stillness, your own inner calm. Bringing the hips into center. Let's bring that now towards the upper half of the body. So we're going to anchor through low half now. And we're going to slide our rib cage directly across. Bring it into center. And And out to the other side, through center, and slide. Through center, slide. So here what we're doing is we're utilizing the muscles of low legs. For your calf muscles, you're using your thighs. But I want you just to visualize using the upper thigh. That's going to help you to relax through your knee. And then you're going to use pelvic floor muscles also to anchor through your low half, to keep your hips nice and still so that you can form that slide just through the upper half. We can take that a little bit faster if you want to as you pass through center. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Whee! And the last time when we did that hip slide just then, we were trying to keep the hip level, keep the hips level parallel with the floor. This time we want to try to keep the shoulders level. So imagine that you're sliding your whole rib cage across the floor. Quite a weird visual, I know. Or if you prefer, as Isla will tell us, that it's like, Isla reckons it's like sliding your boobs along a shelf. Whichever visual speaks to you more. You want to keep shoulders level. And you're going to feel this lengthening through the waist. And whatever we're doing on one half of the body always working in muscle pairings in tandem. And so whatever's happening on one side of the body, if you have lengthening on one side, on the other side you have this strengthening and toning effect. And it feels really gorgeous. And it's really, really good for each of your core muscles. Nice. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Returning into center. We can bring our hands all the way down. Bring them out in front, all the way out to the side and upwards. And we can cross over and bring the hands down. Bring the elbows back. To open out through your chest, bring the elbows back really open as we frame through your head. If you want to and you feel able to, you can come with a head slide. You make this movement as big or as small as you like. It's not a movement for everyone, but if it feels good for you, you can go with that. And the backs of the hands are together. The palms are away from you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands all the way around. You can bring small circles through your wrist. Small circles through wrist. Wow. That's beautiful. And it's soft. It's strong, but it's soft. Bring the hands out front. So the main movement there coming through your wrist. And the fingers and the forearm just happen to follow. Up in front. Nice. Cross the hands in front. Try that again. Creating a sun disk overhead. And bringing hands gently down by sides. Wow, that's gorgeous. Let's have a little look at the circle now. We're going to work with a basic hip circle. Bring your hip out to the side, bend through your knee. Bring it all the way around towards the back. Wow. Bring it out to the side. So we're using that lengthening we did. It's one of your hip slides that we did a moment ago, but what we're adding in is this forwards and back element. Bring your hip into center, and then let's have a look at that other plane of movement. So we had the first plane of movement was the slide out to the side, out to the other side. Bring it back into center there. And this time we're going to bring the hip forwards and back. So in your basic stance that we set up a moment ago, you're going to bring the hip forwards. And bring the hip back into center. And bring it all the way back. Bring the hip into center. Bring it forwards. Bring it center. Take it back. Bring it forward. Take it back. Forward. Take it back. Bring the hip into center here. Let's pop those together, the two planes of movement. We're going to bring the hip out to the side. Bring it all the way around to the back. Bring it out towards the side. Bring it all the way to the front. To the side. Bring it back. To the side. Bring it forwards. And your weight shifts from one foot to the other. So when I bring my hip over one knee, the other side is completely free to move. So come all the way around, and the other side is free to move if ever I wanted to. I'm bringing it all the way around. Let's work into some really gorgeous circles now. Let's have a little movement with the circles, and we'll also add in some of those slides and nice hand movements we did a moment ago. Let me just edge my way over. Whee! Aywa! Wow! Looking absolutely gorgeous tonight, ladies. Aywa! Yeah, hello. We'll bring our hands up if you want to, if that feels right for you. And it's soothing, it's releasing, it's relaxing. So as you circle around, not only are you easing through every single organ in gentle internal massage, you're also releasing through your back. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Keep the tailbone tucked under gently, so we're in a lengthened spine. So we're not crunching through the muscles of the back, we're lengthening through there. Whee! Make that bigger if you want to. As you extend that slide movement into there. Relax through your shoulders, lengthen through your neck. Keep the shoulder blades down, slide them down your back. And 4, 3, 2. Let's try reverse, go the other direction. Wow, that looks gorgeous. Well done, you. Keep it smooth. You can bring your hands into genie pose if you like, if that helps you to keep your upper half nice and still and steady. Nice. Let's bring it into slide now. We're going to slide the hip out to the side, back through center, out to the side, through center. Whee! Let's anchor through low half. We're going to move through upper half here. Allow that lengthening through the waist. Whee! Feels so uplifting. Let's anchor through there. We can bring our hands up into that Turkish temple pose. You're going to cross, invert, and bring the palms together. You can rest them on each other, bring the hands down, push the elbows back. And you can gently work in to that slide of the head. So here you're going to keep the line of your eyes or your ears level. So we had the hips level, we had the shoulders level. Here it's your eyes and your ears. And depending on your own physiology, this may be a trickier movement. Don't force it. You can make it a really tiny movement, or you can really focus on the movement of the arm position, holding that stance there. Focusing on breath, we can come out. Bring your head into center. We can circle all the way around with arms. Those small circles. Light as a feather, and yet strong as steel. Nice. All right, next up, let's have a little look at which to do first. Let's have a little look at some drops of the hip. Woohoo! A particularly fantastical movement. I'm sure you'll agree. We're going to come into a basic stance. Let's do this on the single leg first of all. So you're going to make one foot slightly in front of the other. You don't need to hyperextend through the ankles. Just have a little bit of a raise through your heel. Bring a deep bend through your knees. Tuck your hip under neutral there. Lift through your rib cage. Shoulders all the way around and down. Bring the shoulder blades together. Slide them down. You can bring your hands into an L shape if that feels nice for you. We're going to lift through the hip and release it straight back down. So you're going to lift and drop. So you're going to utilize an extension some of the way through your knee, and also you're utilizing a little bit of a contraction through the muscles of the waist to lift. So you're going to lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Make sure your hips remain in neutral. They probably will want to come out of neutral and tuck under like this. Most people, about 85–90% of the population, have a natural anterior tilt in their hips because of the way that we use our bodies in modern times. And so just being aware of that desire that your hips might have to pop out of neutral, utilize your pelvic floor muscles and use those rather than the muscles of your back to help you keep the hip in neutral there. We can lift, drop, lift, drop. The other thing you're going to find happening in this movement is that that supporting leg is going to want to straighten outwards. Just being aware of that and just making sure that if you notice yourself rising upwards, just sit back down into there. You're going to feel lots of strengthening and toning happening inside that supporting leg. Drop, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, owie! Let's bring it around to the other side. Well done. Well done. Really, really feeling that strengthening through there. And if you do feel that through that supporting thigh in particular, it means probably we're doing it right. It should never feel sore. You should just feel the muscles saying, "Ooh, yes, we're working." Let's take that to the other side. So this time we're going to set ourselves up on the other foot. Let me step back so you can see my footing here. So it's not a hyperextension, it's just a raise. Sit down into the movement, tuck your hips under, lift your rib cage, shoulders come all the way around and down. Nice. We're going to open up through there. We're going to lift, drop. Try again. Lift, drop. 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 Wait. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. 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 Wow. Nice. Lovely, steady. Drop, 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 drop. Wow! Let's bring it into center now. We're going to work one side and then the other. So here, Bringing yourself into that neutral positioning. We're going to drop through one hip, drop through the other. Drop through one hip, drop through the other. Drop, 2, 3, 4. 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 Woohoo! We're gonna bring it up to shimmy. Wow! Try to keep your heels on the floor. Ah, doesn't that feel good? Ah. Raise your hands up if you want to. Bring them gently down. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Ah. And then the last movement that we're going to have a little look at tonight is with a camel. Help yourself to a little spot of water if you would like one. And join me back in a second for a camel. Woo. Oh, wow, 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 that's so lovely. So a camel movement, you're gonna see this, lots of varieties, you're gonna see this like the other movements that we've just done in every single style of belly dance. It's a movement you could consider a ripple. It's called a camel in the West. People reckon it looks like the way that a camel moves or the way that you move when you're riding a camel. As demonstrated by our friend Humphrey there. Oh, but personally, I believe it looks more like the way that a snake moves. It's quite a serpentine movement. So you're going to start from your ribcage, bend through your knees in your basic stance. You're going to lift through ribcage, roll the movement down through your spine at the same time as moving back into there. You're going to use your upper abs, contract through there, and then roll it through your spine, contract through mid abs, roll through your spine, contract through low abs, contract your pelvic floor muscles and release your hips to neutral. Let's try that again. We're going to take a lift. We're going to roll the movement down through our spine, lean into there, use your upper abs, mid abs, low abs, pelvic floor, sink down into there, deep breath in, lift, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift, roll down, knees bend, hips tilt. Lift up, roll down, knees bend, hips tilt. Lift up, roll down, knees bend, hips tilt. Well done. Lift up, roll down, knees bend, hips tilt. 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 One more, lift up, roll down, knees bend. Wow! We're gonna return to that movement some more next time, but for now, let's have a few minutes popping all of that together to something a little bit gorgeous. Well, actually, the one that's on, I thoroughly love as well. But let's place that to something like, ooh, where did that go? Here we go. This here, I'm going to nudge this on to a part that I particularly like when I find it. Let's turn up nice and loud. Whee! Up top. The center. Hip out to the side, bring it back. To the side, bring it forwards. Oh, wow. To the side, bring it back. Out to the side, bring it forwards. Side, bring it back. Side, bring it forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Slide. Bring it to center here. We're going to drop through one side, then the other. One side, then the other. Let's emphasize the drop now. Drop. 2, 3, 4. Whee! Drop, 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 drop. Center. Left side or our side as you see it. Take it back. Circle. Coming into camel. Whee! Using the muscles at the front of the body and the muscles at the back of the body. Try and create the same amount of effort, both sides, building harmony within your whole system. Slide. Up top. The center is drop. Tell yourself to some relaxation. Wow. That was absolutely beautiful. Oh, ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let me unmute everybody.